Hello everybody, I'm here with a different sewing machine. It's a Bernina 75 from Bernina. Anyway, I was just going to demonstrate how to run a bobbin, and you thread it from back here and you twist it around this and comes back this way, and you thread it in to here. So now I guess we'll have to turn it on and it should activate. I don't know. I think, oh, that's right. I gotta turn on my main source. There we go. It's on now. And I got to put the pedal down and see if this thing will run this bobbin. Okay? Gonna fill a bobbin up. There he goes. It's filling it up. This is how you fill a bobbin. So when you got that thing going, it's crisscrossing up here. And then it goes here and it's gonna wind this bobbin. I'm just going to make a little bit of a bobbin. I'm not going to make too much bobbin. Sometimes when it gets too much to the bottom, I put my finger in here to pull that thread up higher, like this, so that it'll go up a little higher, and then that way it'll run more evenly. Okay, now I'm going to put you on pause, and we're going to see how this machine runs, okay? Here we go. All right, here I'm back. I just got done rethreading the machine. When you thread this machine, you want to start from back here. And you go here and there's called a little loop there. You hook it in there. And they have diagrams in some places. You come down here. When you get around here to do your bobbin for your tension, this is your tension. You always want to make sure this is up. It opens up. Oh, a second here. It opens up the little tension things underneath, okay? That will cause the thread to go in. And then you come up here to the uptake. Right here is an uptake. I don't know if you can see that in there. There's an uptake and it comes down here. Because uptake means to pull the thread through the machine, and then there's no other place to hook it here, so then you just thread it right in there. And then when you're ready to sew, you drop this back down and it's basically ready to sew. I have it set up. Let's put it up on 2. It's on this A, which is down here. It tells you all the different stitches it can do right through here. See? So there you go. This is your indicator. This is the your length. And this is your width. So I think it's supposed to be on your, it's supposed to be your width. So, okay, that's what I'm thinking. Width, your length. So this one's set up on 3 for length. Okay. When you want to do buttonhole, you want to put this here and this here. And the machine will, and you have a buttonhole foot that in this thing, there's a little thing here. It comes down that tells you when to stop and it'll turn itself around. But that's for something else. I don't think she gave me any feet, so I couldn't tell you that. Let me see. This machine seems to be running really well. I don't see a problem or anything. I did take out a lot of dust bunnies, little pieces of thread that was stuck in it. That's what I found. And it has a threader. I didn't use it. I guess I could have, but I'm not sure how to run those. My son can use them. He loves them, but I don't care for them that much. This is your reverse, and you push this back, and you can see the machine reversing. Well, it was reversing. It does reverse. I think it's one of those kind. It's automatic. This is where you plug, you plug it in, and this is your turn on and off button right here. This is called a hand wheel here. Whenever you're doing a bobbin, it dislodges the sewing machine when you push this over here, and then whenever you're ready to sew, when you pull it back, then it automatically goes right back in here and it sews perfectly. So we're going to show you how it sews, and I'll tell you a little more about it as I go, okay? And here we go. It's so quiet and it's running real well, and the feed dogs are feeding like they're supposed to. And then we lift up on, I can never find this little guy. And you can see it is stitching. It needs probably a couple more adjustments. Yeah, see, it's loose. Now, when that happens, it's loose on the bottom. That means this guy is a little off right here. And you can reset that. So I'm going to teach you how to reset it through this machine. Because a lot of people don't know how to do it, okay? And it looks like it's skipping a little bit. That means it's because it's so loose. See how loose it's on the bottom? That means this thing needs to be reset. So what we need to do is we come down here and we're going to go, because it's loose, we want to go in the highest position. So we're looking for the highest number. Let's see, which way is the highest number? Here's the highest number. You go to the 9 right here. And this is what's going to do, is going to make the spring in here. There's a spring in there, and it's going to make the spring tighter. So we're going to have this sewing. And then plus I'm doing denim. Like that. And you do 5 stitches. Make sure your needle is in the highest position. Let's make sure. Yep, highest position. And then you want to turn it back to 0. Right here, go back to 0. There's your 0, and then we stitch a few of those. Usually 5 stitches. And then you want to turn it back right here. You want to turn it right back to, I guess it's a 5 is their recommendation. Okay, let's pick this up so we can turn this guy like that. Now, denim, sometimes you might have to go thicker. Yeah, it's starting to work back there. Okay, now I always check to make sure it's not, clogging. Now let's see what it's doing. We're going to give this a couple of stitches. One of those little stitches flips, so we'll make sure. Now, remember, I'm using denim. I might have to adjust it differently for denim. Yeah, it's a little off a little bit, so it means I might have to go a little heavier. So I'm working with denim, so you have to go about a 7. So you turn that to about a 7 and see where this is going to go then. If it's denim, you got to go a little bit, a little bit harder on the stitching. So let's turn it this way, like that. And now I'm just basically adjusting the machine. I oiled it and cleaned it and everything. Now let's see how it's doing. So we can flip this over. And it's a little bit on the loose side. It means it probably needs to go a little tougher because, see, I'm working with denim. So let's go to about an 8. Now, if you're using a cotton, you probably want to go less on it. I'm not sure. I can't remember what the lady said she had problems with this machine. Guess I could check her email. Now this thing, it's pulling up this way, so that means I might have to do another adjustment down below. Let's see what we got here. Down here. And see, it's a more like an ongoing thing, trying to figure it out. Yeah, it's a little loose. All right, let me put you on pause. Now, this is a bottom feed, so I just got done tightening up the bottom to see if this will work any better. Okay, and I'll see if we can bring this back up like that. It came up. If I can get it all the way up, I'm going to use this thing to pull this thread through like this. Okay, now we're going to give it another try. I've been using a zigzag to see what's going on. Sometimes a straight stitch doesn't tell you anything. Yeah, you see loopy loopies. Yeah, that's nothing until you know for sure. And when I was putting it through as a zigzag, all the thread is coming to the top. That means it's the bottom tension that's messed up. So let's try this. See what it does this time. So zigzag kind of helps with bottom tension. Yeah, bottom tension now is working correctly. Top tension's working correctly. Okay, so all I did is took a half a turn at the bottom. So that means if we do this and go back to taking this back to where we had it right here to A, and it's on 3. And let's get this thing over. Hang on a second, I need to pull this up. Move this over just a hair, this down. This should fixed it. All right, let's see how this did. All right, so we're doing denim, and I'm having it on heavy duty. And yes, it fixed it. Now it's doing great. All right, so that means if we take this off and use cotton and move this down, the tension, everything should work fine. Taking that off. I'm trying to figure if I have anything light. So far I can see denim. Oh, here's a piece. There's a cloth that's small, and be sure you pull enough of this stuff out so we don't lose it. There we go. Here's a piece of cloth. Put this back in here. I know I made this kind of a long video, but some people ask me all the time, how do you fix a machine when the thread's up on top? How do you do this? How do you do that? Well, I'm kind of giving you guys a how-to thing. All right, now since I have this set on a heavier tension, we're going to lessen this up a little bit because I'm using a lighter cotton. So we'll just go about to here and see how that sews. Like that. Let's see here. Oh yeah, it's sewing perfectly. And yep, it's sewing perfectly down there. So it was a bottom tension. I don't know if it sometimes can work loose. And so yeah, let's go to zigzag this again. We'll go back to B just to make sure it's still working perfectly. Move this to 3, and that's still on 3. Okay. And sometimes the zigzag does help. A lot of people don't think so, but I do. Let's see how this is doing with this here. Oh yeah, that's much better. Let's see what I'm doing on the back. Oh yeah, lots better right here. See? You can see it. It's lots better. Okay. And then machine basically ready for her to pick up. I just wanted to show you guys a little more about, sewing machines, because a lot of people always ask me all the time, how do you adjust this? How do you adjust that? Well, when you see, let's see if I can figure out what I did with that piece of material. Just had it. What did I do with the darn thing? That piece of, well, oh, here it is. Here it goes. Okay. Let me show you. Over here, when it was zigzagging, this is the top. When it's pulling through from the top, means it's the bottom tension that's messed up. When it pulls through the bottom like this, when it's doing this, this is the top tension that's messing up. It's the opposite of what you think, okay? Because see, you can see the bottom is doing great on this zigzag, okay? But when you flipped it over to the top, it was doing that. When it does that, means it's the bottom. So I just turned it a half a turn, tighten it a tad, because sometimes machines do work loose. And then you get this really perfect zigzag. And that was the denim, and this is the cotton. Sometimes I do it on both just to show people. All right, let's go back up here and we'll do a stitch now. Let's try my favorite, the E, which is that really cool zigzag. So we'll go to E. See, the needle's up, so we don't want to break the needle off. There we go with the E. Let's see what this one does. I think we need to go smaller in length. So we go down to 2. Oh yeah, this is working grand. This lady said she had a tension problem and she didn't know if it needed cleaning or whatever. Oh yeah, this is sewing perfectly. You can see it now. Oh yeah, this is great. Oh yeah, she's going to love this machine. It's sewing beautifully. Yeah, let's go with something else here. She's got all kinds of cool little stitches here. Well, let's see. I don't feel like skull up. Let's see what we do here. Let's do this one, J. So we go up here to turn J here. Needles in the high position, so I want to make sure. J, right there's J. Oh no, that's K. Let's go to J. There's J. We still have it set. Let's see how this is going to do. Oh yeah, she's going to love her machine. This thing's running beautifully now. Oh yeah, this is great. Great stitching. It's doing really great. Okay, good. There we go. She's going to love her machine. Anyway, but this is a nice machine. I mean, it was easy to adjust. I wanted you guys to see the troubleshootings on adjusting a sewing machine. A lot of people always ask me all kinds of questions about the sewing machines, but the bad problem is when I give these sewing machines back, I can't help you with them because all I know is what this person gave it to me to fix it, to get it running, get it working really well. But now it's working really well, and I still got to clean up my craft room, but at least I can still walk in it, and I can set up my cleaning the sewing machines and things. So other than that, machine's ready for pickup. I can't believe this one was an easy fix. It still took me 2 hours to completely clean it out. Checked all the points. Everything's great on it. All the tire, the belt, everything on it. Still like brand spanking new. Re-oiled it. Re-oiled the areas that are greased so that way they'll keep the grease nice and loose. Other than that, machine's ready for pickup. I'm so excited. I hope she enjoys the video. I'll talk to you guys later, and keep following and liking my videos. Talk to you later. Bye.